So I'm just popping in for a very quick combo tutorial on some Halqifibrax combos that you can do with the Atlantean engine in your Mermail decks. Now, as the meta starts to develop and we start seeing what strategies can compete with great success, and a lot of it is dependent for water on the Atlantean and Deep Sea engines. The Mermail engines isn't quite cutting it as of recently, and because Halqifibrax is such an influential card in this format, anything that can help tutor out this card is almost a bonfire way to compete in this meta. And so I wanted to cover some very basic combos using Halqifibrax and Auroradon. Now, of course, Pack Official TCG has covered this already on their channel, as well as some other YouTubers with other decks that have Halqifibrax capabilities. But I just wanted to cover all of them, as well as have my viewership be able to know this combo in case you guys aren't familiar with Pack Official TCG. I still will comment and tag their stuff in the description because they did kind of pioneer this for this type of deck, but I'm just going to cover through the rest of the different combos you can do in order to get to the Halqifibrax and still have some additional water-centric strategies to back it up. So, of course, to start this combo, we're going to use the one-card Diva combo. Now, of course, you can do this with Neptabyss as well as having Minstrel plus 8 Dragoons, or even Teus plus Dragoons. But this is the one-card way. Of course, all these combos dodge Nibiru because you are using Minstrel to rip a card out of your opponent's hand. And if you're starting with Minstrel plus Dragoons, you can basically have the freedom to take any hand trap before you normal summon your Diva. So to start this combo, this is a draw 2 VFD plus Moon Glacier combo, and it's a very good combo because it can offer tons of on-field presence while drawing you cards to give you a higher card advantage, as well as stopping your opponent by hitting them with a floodgate. So for this combo, we're going to normal summon Diva and special summon the Neptabyss, the Atlantean Prince from our deck. Prince's effect will send a Dragoons for cost to add a Dragoons from our deck to our hand. Next, Dragoons' effect will activate, adding us a Deep Sea Minstrel. From here, we'll use Minstrel's effect, discarding itself plus Dragoons' cost to take a card from your opponent's hand, represented by one of those dice, for example. Then Dragoons' effect will activate, searching us Moon Glacier, the Elemental Lord. From here, we'll link off both Diva plus Neptabyss to go into Crystron Halqifibrax, and Halqifibrax will special summon Duskbot 001. The reason why we use Duskbot 001 here instead of Jet Synchron is because we don't want to lose any card advantage. And because, well, even if we open this card in our starting hand, we can still use it to combo off with, because Halqifibrax will summon any tuner from your hand or deck. Now from here, we do have 5 waters in the graveyard, so we can drop the Moon Glacier, defense or attack, depending if you want to dodge Lightning Storm, and that'll take 2 more cards from your opponent's hand. From here, we'll use both their machine types to link summon Auroradon. And Auroradon's effect will special summon 3 tokens from our extra deck. Now, all 3 of these tokens are level 3. And because 2 or more machine type monsters were special summoned at the same time, we can special summon the Duskbot 001 from our graveyard. Now from here, we'll use Auroradon's effect, reading itself plus 1 of our level 3 tokens to special summon one of our proxies, which is Mecha Fanabe's O-Lion from our deck. This is a level 2 monster, of course. And we'll use our level 2 O-Lion plus 1 of our level 3 tokens to go into another proxy. This is Garden Rose Maiden. It's a level 5 plant synchro monster that basically has the effect to banish itself to revive a dragon synchro type monster from your graveyard. From here, we'll use our O-Lion's token effect to revive a token to our field. And from here, we'll use Duskbot 001 plus our Garden Rose Maiden to go into a level 6 synchro monster. This will be Coral Dragon. He's also a tuner, so we can go ahead and use this level 6 plus a level 3 to go into Arcadus Crocosaur, or Crocodragon. Now, the cool thing about Coral Dragon is when he's linked, sent from the field to the graveyard after being synchro summoned correctly, you will be able to draw a card. Also, during your turn, you can discard a card to destroy a card your opponent controls, and because all of your Atlantean monsters get effects from being discarded to activate a water monster's effect, that'll give Coral Dragon the ability to trigger all of your effects, netting you more card advantage. So from here, we use our level 6 tuner plus a level 3 token to go into Crocodragon, and we'll use Chainlink 1 Crocodragon, Chainlink 2 Coral Dragon to draw 2 cards, and I'll represent those 2 cards right here. Next, from here, we will use our Garden Rose Maiden's effect to banish herself to special summon the Coral Dragon from our graveyard. And next, we will go ahead and synchro summon using our Coral Dragon plus our other level 3 token to go ahead and synchro to Vermilion Dragon Mech. Now you could play 2 Croco Dragons instead, but you can only use its effect once per turn, so in the off chance you're going to do this combo, say for example going second where you're going to break through some boards, after resolving Dark Ruler no more, you can still use this card's effect as well as Croco Dragon's effect to blow up stuff on your opponent's field. Now, before we end our combo, we are going to Exceed Summon using both our level 9 Synchro Monsters to go into the True King of all Calamities. So this one card using Deep Sea Diva dodges Nibiru by ripping a card from your opponent's hand, and also summons out a bunch of monsters that can blow up stuff on your opponent's field, as well as ending on a 2-card hand loop because the card ripped by Minstrel returns during the end phase, and VFD is there to stop all of your opponent's monster effects on the field and their graveyard in their possession and prevents attacks from coming through. For the other half of this combo, we are going to be using Neptabyss. Now for this, instead of using Diva, we're going to end on 1 card less searched, so we're not going to have Mullen Glacier to drop and rip 2 cards from our opponent's hand, because instead we're going to be searching Lapis Dragon. So from here, we will normal summon the Prince and use his effect to send our Dragoons 4 cost to our graveyard to add our Dragoons from our deck to your hand, thus allowing Dragoons, because you'll send to activate a Water Monster's effect, to add the Deep Sea Minstrel. From here, we'll use Minstrel's effect to make sure our opponent does not have a Nibiru to end our lives. Now the reason why this combo is really good rather than, for example, Synchro Eldritch, is that this deck water allows us to play around Nibiru. So Dragoons is going to search for a Lapis Dragon. Because Lapis Dragon was added from our deck to our hand, we can special summon itself to our field. Now it only gets banished when it's summoned from the graveyard to our hand, then from the graveyard being added, then it's summoned from the field. So water being able to play around Nibiru is a really good thing for this format because a lot of decks are maining Nibiru in their main deck. From here, we'll use both our Prince, press our Lapis to go into Halqifibrax, and use his effect to special summon a Deskbot 001 from our deck. Now, if you happen to open the Mullen Glacier in your starting hand, you do have 5 Waters Engraved, so you are able to drop it if you opened it. From here, we'll do the standard Halqifibrax combo and go into Erorodon, using its effect to special summon 3 level 3 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. From here, Deskbot 001 will special summon itself from our graveyard, and we'll use Erorodon to tribute itself plus a level 3 token to go into Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. O-Line will synchro with a level 3 token to go into Garden Rose Maiden, and O-Line will special summon a level 3 token. Next, we'll use 001, like before, plus Garden Rose Maiden to special summon the Coral Dragon from our extra deck. From here, we use Coral Dragon plus a level 3 token to go into Croco Dragon, Archdis, and draw 2 cards. 1 from Coral Dragon and 1 from Archdis. Next, we'll use Garden Rose Maiden to banish yourself to special summon the Coral Dragon, and proceed to synchro using both of them to go into our other level 9 synchro monster. Now from here, we will of course go into our True King of all Calamities and pass our turn from here with 6 cards in hand. Now this is the strongest combo we have using our Atlantean plus Deep Sea engine. This is starting with both Minstrel plus 8 Dragoons in our hand. This way we're able to take out a hand trap from our opponent's hand before we normal summon our Diva and risk it being negated. So we'll use Minstrel's effect right away to discard the Dragoons to rip a card from the opponent's hand, and use Dragoon's effect to search for our Deep Sea Diva, and we will then proceed to normal summon Diva and bring out Neptabyss. From here, we'll use Neptabyss to send Dragoons to add Dragoons, and use Dragoon's effect to search for a Mullen Glacier. Now this combo lets us have an extra Dragoons in our hand, so for example, if we're going second, we can use our Crocus Dragon to discard, or our Coral Dragon to discard our Dragoons to get a additional search, as well as blow up a card. From here, we'll use Synchro or Link Summon both of these off for Halqifibrax, which will bring out the Deskbot 001. With 5 Waters Engraved, we can go ahead and drop the Mullen Glacier and take 2 more cards from our opponent's hand. Next, we'll use Deskbot 001 plus our Halqifibrax to go into Erorodon and summon out 3 tokens. 001 will then revive itself, and we'll use Erorodon's effect to tribute itself plus a token to bring out our O-Line. O-Line will synchro itself off plus a level 3 token to go into Garden Rose Maiden, and O-Line will special summon a token to our field. Next, we'll use Deskbot 001 plus our Garden Rose Maiden to go into Coral Dragon, and synchro Coral Dragon plus a token to go into Archdis. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 will go ahead and draw 2 cards, putting us with 3 cards in our hand. Next, from here, we'll use Garden Rose Maiden's effect, banishing herself again to special summon the Coral Dragon from our graveyard, and synchro with that, plus our level 3 token to go into Vermilion Mech. We will then go ahead and go into our True King of all Calamities, or VFD. So this combo leaves us with 7 cards in our hand, which is pretty good. Now, hopefully you have a Spell or Trap card to set so you don't discard a card during the end phase, of course, but you know, going second, whatever, you're able to discard some of these cards off of your Crocodile Dragon or your Vermilion Mech or your Coral Dragon to start popping stuff off the field. So this is a very good combo and engine to incorporate into your decks, and this is probably the strongest way to play Atlantean Mermails for this competitive meta. So by now you guys should have gotten the idea that any way to make Halqifibrax ends on this combo. It's just that water has the given advantage to play around a bureau as well as draw Inland Glacier for a partial hand loop. So on the more breakier hands, if you're playing multiples with Minstrel plus Infantry, which I do recommend, you can normal summon the Infantry. Use this effect to grant an additional normal summon for Minstrel. Obviously, this is not going to play around any hand traps, and if your opponent has any hand trap, it is going to stop the combo. But when you have the probability of breaking well with your opponent having or not opening a hand trap, if they don't have the hand trap, you still probably will win the game. So with their extra 2 normal summons, we are going to link both of these off for Halqifibrax and use his effect to special summon the Despot 001 and send both machine type monsters for Auroradon. Auroradon's going to special summon the 3 tokens, and Despot 001 is going to revive itself. Next, we are going to tribute both this plus the token. I'm basically going to speedrun this because you guys should already have the picture by now. So summon the O-Line token or monster plus that. Synchro both of those off, revive a token. Synchro both of these off for Coral Dragon. And use Coral Dragon plus a token to go into Arcadis. Let's draw 2 cards. And we'll use Gardener's Maiden to banish itself to revive the Coral Dragon. And synchro both of these off for the mech, and then use both of these to go into Calamities. Now this particular combo only puts 4 waters in grave, so even if you hard drew the Inland Glacier, you would not be able to drop it. So what are some benefits and disadvantages of this combo? Well, the main disadvantage is that you do play the hard O-Lion brick, which is a true brick in case, you know, you play it. However, if you do open the brick, you are able to incorporate Linkross into this combo, which allows you to essentially play around the entirety of it and end instead on a Savage plus a Herald of the Arclight if you use Linkross in case you open the hard brick of O-Line.